Hello everyone, this is Hakaym and welcome back to another episode of Funday Sunday, and this is actually a very special day because it is Christmas, and hopefully everyone that is witnessing Christmas is having a great day and that they're enjoying their time with their family. So this is going to be kind of a special video, and it's going to be a nice long video. So hopefully if you guys are bored, which is probably going to be me stuck at my aunt's house, don't get me wrong, I love my family, but yeah, I'm going to be stuck there for a while. So hopefully this will be enjoyable for you guys and you will enjoy your time. But to everyone else that doesn't celebrate Christmas, happy holidays. Hopefully you guys will have a happy New Year's and enjoying your time as well. So happy holidays, everyone. Anyways, we are in our Donskoi. So, Donskoi is a fantastic ship. I highly recommend her. She still has the crippling issues with her citadel and her poor armor, even compared to, say, the Baltimore, which does a far superior job actually bouncing shells. Donskoi kind of has that issue. Now, we are going to try to take B as best as possible. We'll see how well this turns out. Taking my time. Donskoi has kind of a big radius. That's the major issue, and we are spotted probably by a destroyer. Now there's the enemy Donskoi. Something I definitely want to get rid of. So we're going to set him ablaze. Probably could try to use AP, but the issue with the Donskoi is that you don't have 203 millimeters to actually use. But we do catch a nice little fire on this Donskoi. He does return the favor, fortunately does not catch a fire on us. And this is going to force me away from this, at least away from B. Now we do see a Baltimore. That's something I definitely want to get rid of. And 2 fires probably from that Donskoi. Whenever you're going up the Russian cruiser line, definitely get the Demolition Expert. It makes you ridiculously powerful. Got a fire on that Baltimore, but he's probably gonna try to escape behind this island, and at this moment I'm just trying to maneuver away because the Donskoi works better at range. That's kind of the Russian thing to do, I guess, firing at range. And we see the curve first. You can see how far the Donskoi does have. I have a 20.6 kilometer range, something like that, which really makes it very powerful, very potent, because the shells do travel in a very flat trajectory. And there is the enemy Fletcher, and he is just going to be going into a world of hurt right now. Now our team is at least ahead of a ship, which is very beneficial. We do land a minor shell on that Fletcher, but he's now coming under fire from a friendly destroyer. Can we land a good salvo on him? That would be nice. There we go. About 3,000. Knocked out his engine. And this is going to make him pop smoke, which would be great if there wasn't a cruiser with radar. And we have radar. Now, the radar on the Donskoi doesn't last as long as the American radar does, but it has this very long range to it. And there he goes, now invisible, but now we can see him. So we're going to try to take him out. We do have 2 destroyers, almost 3 actually. I think there's 1 destroyer trying to go after the CV, which is a very stupid idea to go after a CV this high tier match. But we get our very first kill. Very nice. So we've taken out 2 of their destroyers. We've lost 1 cruiser, which is not good. Gonna fire on this Hindenburg because why not? There's no other targets for me to fire upon. And like I said, the shell trajectory is pretty flat, so you can actually land those salvos pretty well. And we do catch the Hindenburg on fire. Very, very nice. And this battle really comes down to the fact of the CV, how important a CV is, as you will see. Now, our team has both A and B, and the enemy team has pretty much lemming trained all the way to C and is pushing their way south. There is a Turbot's in North Carolina. There's the enemy Donskoi that was spotted for second, but my eyes is on the Baltimore. I would love to get rid of the Baltimore. He has taken up the position right next to the island, so no one can really get a citadel on him, and can only fire against his bows. So that's a really good tactic to use whenever you're playing an American or even the Moskva. Donskoi, yeah, I still have issues at least getting penetrated with the Donskoi. Might just be that I'm unlucky or something like that. Now we do lose the Tirpitz to the Hindenburg, which is not particularly good, but right now I just want to try to get this Baltimore. Definitely want to get rid of him because he's in a very secure location. No one can really push him out, and we are being detected, so probably have radar here up in just a moment. Now I do switch to AP on the hope that I can actually get a good penetration damage on the enemy Donskoi, but he does decide to turn in, and I went ahead and switched back to HE. Now there is a destroyer in B, that much is for certain. Obviously, since we are detected and B is currently being capped, there must be a destroyer there. So we're going to pop our radar, and it's the enemy Shimakaze, which is something I particularly don't want to see. Now the Donskoi's AA is pretty good, and it does have defensive AA as well. So we're going to be helping the friendly destroyers against these enemy dive bombers and trying to assist as best we can. The enemy Yugamo, or the friendly Yugamo, better yet, is... I think he's trying to torp the Hindenburg. Now the Donskoi's torpedoes are pretty good. You have 5 torpedoes, but they're slow. This is the major issue with the Donskoi's torpedoes. They're powerful, you have a lot of them, but they are very, very slow. I believe they have only a 55 knot. Now I did switch over to AP because I'm hoping to get this Hindenburg. Currently waiting on him to actually get turned around. The Baltimore did go down. And 3,500 points of damage. Not particularly what I wanted. Currently trying to see if I can get a citadel. Now the Donskoi has 180 millimeters, and there we go. We actually get a citadel on the Hindenburg. Leave him fairly low on health, but I think it's high time for us to move because he has probably dumped torpedoes towards us. So we're gonna go ahead and start maneuvering away and switch over to explosive. Probably gonna be a lot easier on us if we could burn him down. Now I am on fire. Probably need to go ahead and put that out. The Hindenburg is probably going to try to use armor piercing. And yes, there was torpedoes incoming, probably from the Hindenburg. And here he comes for us. Let's see. Who will win, the Hindenburg versus the Donskoi? At this angle, the AP value on the Hindenburg is very low penetration damage. But I want to try to get torpedoes off, and this is actually going to cost me a lot of health trying to do this. Because I'm showing more and more broadside, and the AP on the Hindenburg is actually able to penetrate. But our HE does not care about armor, and our torpedoes are away. And if he's smart, he's probably seen them. It looks like he has. Can we get this Hindenburg dead? I think, yes, we can. There we go. Very, very nice. He does fire a last volley and shaves off about 6,500, which kind of sucks, I guess, but it is what it is. Alright, so that's taken care of. The teams are fairly close. We do have 1 ship advantage, and there is currently a Zhao. And watch the Zhao. Watch what ammunition he's actually currently using. And it's baffling, because he's currently fighting against a destroyer, and I think there's also a Shimakaze over there as well. He's currently fighting that Fletcher. I unfortunately cannot help. I actually have to maneuver my way around the island because there are torpedoes incoming. They are the Shimakaze. You can tell they're 20-kilometer torps because how slow they are. We're able to quickly dodge them. So no big issue there right now. Now watch the Zhao. Do you see that? Let's watch it again. Just to make sure we're not delusional. He does take a torpedo hit from the Fletcher. And let's see. Zhao is firing AP. This Zhao, which has phenomenal HE, is deciding to fire AP at a Fletcher. Why? Like, you could have melted that Fletcher a lot quicker had he been firing HE. But instead, we're the one actually currently working on that. It looks like the enemy Donskoi just got double strike, which is pretty impressive. Doesn't happen all too often, because he did take out the friendly destroyers that were all the way up north. Fletcher is very low on health. He should go down to the Zhao any moment now. Still don't know why the Zhao decided to fire AP the entire time at destroyers. Now, the Zhao is very low in health. We have a destroyer, and ooh, there's a Essex, the tier 9 American carrier. Be a shame if he would to catch fire. Dang it, I was hoping that would work. Alright, so dive bombers incoming. AA is up, defensive A is definitely going, and it looks like the Zhao just knocked off the fire, but he's doomed either way. He's either doomed from the dive bombers or from that torpedo, so I don't think there was really much he could have done. Now you can see how good the AA is right now, because we're able to shoot down 5 planes. Now, taking count, that is defensive AA, which does a little bit more damage, but there is torpedo planes incoming, and crap, we need to turn. But you can see the enemy Donskoi all the way up north has actually decided to come back down, and crap, he's actually starting to fire on us. Watch this. I'm impressed that we were able to do this. I'm expecting a torpedo hit. Nope. Able to slip right in between those. I am highly impressed. Very impressed with that. Now, our only unfortunate thing is we don't have damage control, but at least we actually did not get a fire from the enemy dive bombers, and it looks like the Donskoi just hit us for a citadel, leaving us very low on health, and we're on fire again. Crap. We need to kill this Essex. This is probably going to be the most important thing. Donskoi is definitely firing AP. Had he been firing HE, he probably could have killed us. Now, like I said, the Donskoi's HE fire chance is really good. We did earn Confederate, got him on fire. Looks like the Essex actually knocked out the fire, and he's gonna make it behind this island. Crap. But we catch a fire, and he just used his damage control, which means he's not likely to be able to recover from that. Now, the Donskoi, had he been firing HE that entire time, would have killed me, and probably at least saved them the game. But he's been firing AP, he's been ricocheting, and this Essex is still burning. And I think we might be able to actually get a Essex kill, which is going to be phenomenal. Now, we are being detected by the Shimakaze, but I think the Essex is now dead. So that is kill number 3 for us for today, which is fantastic. And all that's left on the teams is our Essex, a Donskoi, and a DD. Now on the enemy team, there's the Shimakaze and the Donskoi. The Shimakaze is actually near us, and this is kind of one major issue I have with at least against some CVs. The enemy CV is dead. Almost the entire point of the fighters is going to be either taking out the enemy planes or spotting. And the CV just does not want to use his fighters. You can see his fighters are actually just south of us, and I'm actually trying to maneuver away because I know the Shimakaze probably has fire torps, and one single torp is going to kill me without any doubt. Can we maneuver? Hopefully the Shima does not look like it's fired its torps, but we do know they are 20-kilometer torps, which have a very high detection, and there they are. Oh boy. Oh, need to turn left, turn to port. Think we might be able to dodge them. Do slow up. Yep, we're good. But that has put me severely out of out of the way, I'm not able to really get back the way I can. I'm going to have to do a complete 360 just to get turned around to assist. Or actually, I probably better say a 180, because 360 would actually continue me in the same path. So actually, I need to do a complete 180 to go help the team. Now, the friendly destroyer is currently moving to B. He still is on the hunt for the Shimikaze. Now, the Shimikaze has pretty good guns, especially if it decides to run away. And it looks like the friendly Essex did take out the enemy Donskoi, which is very nice. So all that's left on the enemy team is the Shimikaze. And he's going to be probably hightailing his way over to A. Now, you would think the friendly destroyer should be able to take care of a enemy Shimikaze. You would think. And here I'm pointing out to the CV. I'm like, hey, go spot him, because we need to know where he is. And you can see how long it's taking us to actually get turned around. The Donskoi really does not turn on a dime. So trying to get our guns around, gonna try to help out this Fletcher, because like I said, the velocity on the shells is pretty decent. So we'll see if we can land a good hit. Now the Fletcher is firing away on that Shimikaze. The Shimikaze has more health than he does, but he has also the benefit of hitting a target moving towards him rather than away. Came pretty close to that, actually hitting the Shimikaze. And there's the 20 km Torps, and the Fletcher is definitely getting hammered away by that Shimikaze. He's doing pretty decent health against that Fletcher, but he's taking way too much damage. This is a complete fair fight for him, and that's something you do not want to have while in a destroyer. Now, any moment now, we're probably going to lose this destroyer. Yep, there we go. So all that's left is me and the Essex and the enemy Shimikaze. Now, the Donskoi, probably should mention, and there's the 20 km Torps slowly coming our way. I think we should be able to dodge this. Should not be a major issue. Now, the Donskoi, if I have not mentioned it, which it's possible, I do have faulty memory sometimes, has a phenomenal top speed of 36 knots, which is quite impressive considering that is, I believe, even faster than the Ibuki. It's been such a long time since I've looked at the Ibuki, but the Donskoi is very quick on her feet once she gets moving, but it's the turning aspect which is very damning for the Donskoi. Can we actually get a shell hit? That would be nice. Ooh, so close. But I think we're going to win this game, so it shouldn't be that much longer before the Essex, which has apparently 3 squadrons of dive bombers to actually land on the Shimikaze. And he's trying everything in his power to dodge and weave from the enemy CV planes. Be nice to hit him. And here he's not. He really needs to keep his fighters on track. Alright. Is the Essex going to get the kill? I don't think we are. We're no way near this Shimikaze. So, yeah. There we go. All done. Alrighty, everyone. Welcome back to the last replay of Funday Sunday. And we are currently in our Tier 10 wonderful, glorious Yamato. And I will have to say, she's a fun ship. She's powerful. She's glorious. She has her weaknesses, obviously. But I don't know. It's just sometimes I feel like I have a little bit more fun in the Montana. I feel like the Montana being a brawler is a little bit more fun, more invigorating than the Yamato. Don't get me wrong. You can get close and personal with the Yamato, as you will see in this replay. But this is probably my best game I've had as far as how many kills I get in this game. So this game is actually my new personal best as far as how many kills. Now, granted, not all of them are going to be full health kills, but they're kills all the same. They're securing ships, securing enemy ships from attacking. Anyways, we are currently playing on Shatter, we have Kurfürst, 2 Yamatos, Iowa, Izumo, Moskva, New Orleans, Mogami, Gearing, 2 Yugamos, and Udaloy. On the enemy team, there's a Montana, 2 Yamatos, Iowa, Fitted Gross, Minotaur, Ibuki, Donskoi, Gearing, Fletcher, Ugamo, and a Loyang. And the first destroyer that we do see is the Yugamo, so we need to keep attention on where he is. Has pretty potent torpedoes, and took a shot off at the Fitted Cross. We got an over penetration. Not the best. So we're currently moving to A. It looks like some of our team is moving to C. We'll see how well they do on the C side. Get it? C side. Anyways, there is the Loyang. Actually, it was a Loyang. I do apologize. Took a shot at him. Do want to get rid of this Loyang as quick as possible. Unfortunately, I do miss my salvo. But do keep in mind, whenever you're in a battleship and there are destroyers this close to you and you are detected, they will probably dump torpedoes. So I'm going to go ahead and start slowing up because I do not want to get torped. The Fitted Gross and the enemy Yamato do turn around the corner. And let's see, the Yamato was showing me a broadside, but it does look like he's actually starting to turn in. Now I'm going to actually start changing my direction quite dramatically and get behind this island. But I do have to keep in mind, there are two walls of torpedoes. Good lord. Could not talk there for a second. So we're able to dodge the Gearing's torpedoes, trying to get my guns around. That's his main issue, is the turn rate on the guns is abysmal. Fired a salvo, and of course it goes into the island. Now the enemy Minotaur is definitely hammering away, but fortunately all his shells just ricochet. More than often than not, you really have to hit either the superstructure or even slightly above the waterline, right where the secondary guns are going to be at, where you will actually be able to penetrate with the Minotaur's guns. Now the Minotaur, I definitely would love to get rid of. We are being detected, so that is something to keep in mind. And there is the enemy Yugamo. I knew he was around here, just didn't know quite where he was. And since I've been detected for so long, more than likely he has dropped torpedoes. So I'm going to actually start turning in. Fortunately, there's no real major threat as far as any enemy shells. I was able to dodge majority of these torpedoes. We do take one, but we have damage control, so we're going to go ahead and get rid of that flood. Our secondaries are opening up on the Fitted Gross. Let's see if we can help him along his way to the bottom of the ocean with this salvo. Now, generally, you rarely get a citadel on German battleships. It does happen. I've been the recipient of citadels from a Yamato, so it can happen, but unfortunately we were not able to. And there is the enemy Loyang. Looks like he fired his spread of torpedoes as well. Missed those quite easily. And the Fitted Gross went down to a hell of torpedoes, and there is the enemy Yamato. Now the Loyang is currently smoked up. He's also currently firing, or he was currently firing armor piercing, which is a rather interesting ammo choice. There is the enemy Minotaur. Love to take him out. Beautiful citadels all around. 2 citadels knock him down to 1,000. Our secondaries are opening up. We do land at least a couple. Can we take him out? That would be fantastic. There we go. 4 more secondaries and 1 dead Minotaur. Very nice. Now there is a enemy Loyang right in front of us. I am going for the proxy spot. We are no longer being detected by the enemy Yamato, but the Loyang does have, I believe, radar or hydroacoustics. I believe it has hydroacoustics. You'll have to forgive me if I don't know right off the top of my head. Fortunately, the Yugamo dropped his torps, but I think we're able to dodge them. And there's the Loyang. Secondaries are opening up. He fired his spread of torpedoes. We'll take one, but the Loyang does go down to our secondaries as well. So that is kill number 2. He fired his spread of torpedoes, but only 2 actually did manage to hit, so we're able to repair it, and we're good. Now the enemy Yamato is full on retreat, and he's angled against the enemy battleships to the south of him, but he's not angled to me. currently trying to slow up and bring my front guns around. Once again, the Yamato guns are very slow. Now, fired our second salvo. Let's see if we can get a little bit better. That would be fantastic. 16,000, not bad. Fired our last guns. We are being detected, and there is the enemy Yamato. Ooh, he is trying to torp us. We get a citadel on the Yamato, and doing pretty well. I'm fairly happy. And incoming fire from the enemy Yamato does take out our steering, and our damage control is offline at the moment. We have about 18 more seconds before it comes back on, and we do know the Yamato is probably moving his way up to try to torp us. So I have two decisions. One, I can try to take out this enemy Yamato. He's still showing us a beautiful broadside. The other is try to get my back gun around and be able to fire on the enemy destroyer. Gonna go ahead and bring my back gun around as quickly as I can. Now, I did let the steering gear to be repaired by my crew, so I still have damage control because the Yamato is right there, and he has dropped torps. Now we're able to actually start turning away. We might be able to get away with just one torpedo hit. Yep, and you saw right there, we actually got a flooding in, and with that damage control actually there, we're able to repair it, and we don't have to take any flooding damage. That's always very nice. Now, I probably should mention, I did take out the enemy Yamato, so that is our third kill of the game. Very nice. Now, the Yamato is by himself, and no one is spotting him. And it looks like, I believe, one of our cruisers actually used radar. We fired a salvo, landed pretty good salvo on him. I believe the Moskva is with us. I think that's who actually did fire up the radar. So we were able to at least spot him for a little bit longer. We're not being detected. That is very nice. Now, the team on the east-hand side has gone down. There's only one lonely little destroyer. I think he's trying to work on a enemy Montana. Now, enemy Yamato, you have been a pain in my butt, and you definitely need to die. There we go. Kill number 4. Very, very nice. Now, at this point, I have two options. I can either move into B, or I can head on the north side of this island and move to C. Now, we do know there's at least one battleship. Last known location was up around, what, C9, I believe? But at this time, I do see the enemy Yamato is actually starting to move his way towards B. And if he continues on his path, he's going to show me a broadside. So, with that in mind, he is more of a likely target. So I'm going to actually start moving in. Now, I believe the Iowa was the one up around C9. And the Yamato does take out the Ibuki, so that's one less torpedo cruiser we have to worry about. Now, there's only the Montana, the Iowa, the Fletcher, and the Yamato left on the enemy team versus two Yamatos, a Moskva, Magami, a Gugumo, and a Udaloy. So, I'm thinking we're kind of okay at this point. There's not a lot of things that could go wrong. I probably should knock on wood. Now, you saw me there. I'm actually trying a new technique that I just recently learned, that if you pull your gun out to the very basic telescoping, you can actually lower your guns lower than you normally can if you are in zoom. So that's something to keep in mind, especially if you need to get your guns lower to shoot at a target than normal. Now, we do lose our Magami, so it's a 5v4 at the moment. The Yamato is pushing in, but he is getting torpedoed left and right. The Moskva is moving in as well. There is a Fletcher firing away. Fletcher probably needs to die here sometime soon. Now, let's see. We do lose our Udaloy. Yamato's very low on health. Our secondaries are opening up on the Fletcher, but Yamato shows us broadside. And we get a unneeded citadel, but we get Kraken Unleashed, so kill number 5. Now, our back guns are fully reloaded, and there is a enemy Iowa that is trying his way to actually move in. Let's see, fire a salvo. Yamato guns overpen every single time. Let's see if we can get a good hit. Not bad. About 9,000 points of damage right there. Fired our front guns towards this Iowa, and his plan is to get behind the island as quick as he can. Now the Fletcher does open up with torpedoes, and our Moskva is just too slow. And watch the salvo. Iowa's getting behind the island, fired our back guns. Killed number 6. Very, very nice. The Iowa does go down. Very lucky. It was very fortunate it was our back guns that was reloaded. But you can see during all that conflict, we've lost all our ships except for 2 Yamatos versus a Fletcher and a Montana. Now, the Fletcher was in that smoke screen, and I do not want to actually try to go through that smoke screen. You do not want to be hunting down a destroyer in a battleship unless you have radar or hydroacoustics, and the Yamato does not have either. Now my plane is down as well, and we are spotted by the enemy Yamato. Our guns are slowly turning. He opens up, and we are fairly broadside to him. I need to try to get behind this island. Ooh, looks like he does get a citadel on us. We do return somewhat the favor with 12,000 points of damage on him. But like I said, we do have to be careful of that Fletcher. That Fletcher could easily win this game for them. Now, we have finally captured A and B. We are starting to climb back up from our deficit on points, but there's about 6 minutes left in this match. Now, the friendly Yamato is going to be doing the whole bow in, firing guns, and he's fairly full health. He's actually taken very little amount of damage. Now, I'm going to actually be maneuvering my way south of these islands. The reason is I want to try to pincer this Montana. He has either 2 choices. He can either stay broadside to this friendly Yamato, which I don't know why. Yeah, the Montana is fairly broadside to the friendly Yamato, and I don't know why he's not getting citadels on this Montana. But our plane is finally up and ready. It is at least going to help us to detect any incoming torpedoes. And we are detected. It's not by the Montana. It's by the Fletcher. And there he is. The Fletcher does use defensive fire on his ship. Does take out our plane. So he is more likely has his torpedoes loaded up and ready to go. Do switch my camera over to the front. Montana showing us a beautiful broadside. We start turning in so we don't get hit. And kill number 6, we get Confederate and high caliber. Actually, no, sorry. Kill number 7, Confederate and high caliber. Woo. Now, the most kills I've ever got in a game is 7. And that was probably not a very good game. But there's the Fletcher. Can we get kill number 8? Very nice. Kill number 8. So as you can see, we earned a victory for our team, and it was a really good battle with my Yamato. Probably one of my very best as far as battles, and also my personal best as far as how many kills I have done in one match. We received 615,286 silver, 9,078 XP, and 454 free XP. We earned 2 close quarter combat, Confederate, high caliber, and Kraken Unleashed. We did over 208,000 points of damage, 44 shell hits, 3 incapacitation, 8 kills, 2 fires, 6 citadels, 1 assisted base capture, and 34 secondary hits. Base XP, we did 2,952, and it's become actually increasingly difficult for anyone to get over the 3,000 marker, but you still get pretty high experience all the same. And you can see the amount of damage we did to the Montana was almost 55,000. The Yamato about 47,000. Minotaur 37. Iowa about 19. And the Yumo about 19. Plus the others, there was a little bit of damage there. So after everything was said and done, and this is kind of the issue with tier 10s, it's very expensive to run them. After everything was said and done, we earned 360,286 silver, and it was a fantastic game, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it. This is going to be it for this episode, And I hope you guys have a happy holiday and happy new year. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you like what you saw, hit the like and subscribe button. You guys have a great and fantastic day. Zai Jen.